Hello and welcome to Anatomy of Sex. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
What's up, guys? My name is Seth Studley. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. Yeah, and thank you so much for joining the show. Today is Anatomy of Sex. Usually it's a Patreon episode, but this week you're getting it free. You get to hear what other patrons get to listen to on a weekly basis. So if this piques your interest, if you want more of this, go to patreon.com/anatomy of marriage to get more stuff like this. Patreon.com/anatomy of marriage. So, Mel, how you doing? What's up, Ladybug?
I'm great. I'm wearing my jumpsuit that I recently purchased at the Buffalo Exchange in Seattle.
You gonna jump out of an airplane?
In Ballard. I'm either going to fix a car.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm going to jump out of an airplane. Or I'm going to date a woman.
Ooh, okay. Thanks for
but
that.
I love this outfit. It was only $13.
All right. So, you guys, this is Anatomy of Sex. Thank you very much. Like I said, it's free, and we have a great topic that affects every couple that has ever had sex that has ever lived.
Okay, this episode today, we are talking about kill your mood killers. And this came from, I actually made this for clients. And it's a phenomenon that happens where, like, especially when you've got just a ton going on in your life. You've got kids, you've got jobs, you've got family, you've got vacations, you've got side hustles, blah, blah, blah. You've got a million things. And sex sort of slowly becomes not a priority at all. It's difficult to make it happen organically. There's like scheduling, there's kids stuff, there's all these different things. And so one of the things that we've discovered, and I've experienced this as well, which is kind of why I wanted to make it, was that there would be a time in the day when like everything's going easy, the kids aren't home from school yet, and my brain's like, oh, I could be in the mood for a little zap, but you're not home.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, put that in my brain that later tonight, I should approach Seth because sex matters and all of these different things. And then later tonight rolls around and it's like, oh, never mind. I don't even care. Like, we just watch one more episode of Forged in Fire and go to bed.
So sometimes I feel like that's when I go into Seattle some days and, you know, like maybe, or in the morning or something like, oh, okay, feel a little, you know, zap. Or when I'm coming home from being somewhere and like, hey, let's go. I got the taste for a restaurant. Or it usually hits around like, I don't know, 1 p.m. or something like that. I was
thinking you were going to say taste.
No, the taste for, I'm thinking of the Kev on stage now.
Yes, Kev on stage and Miss Kev on stage. Yeah. What do you want to eat? On the menu.
Not the coochie.
Hey, good night. Forgive us.
About what?
That. Okay,
Oral sex
continue.
is great. Anyway. Thinking, oh yeah, I got the taste. Let's go to that place, or let's go on a date tonight. Let's have fun, you know. And then you get home, or I get home, and I'm like, forget it. I don't want to anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that happens not often, but when it does happen, it is like a palpable thing. It's like, oh no, it's just I don't want to, right?
Right.
So, but that is robbing me and you of something fun, like a fun date night where we can go have good food or go meet with friends or have great conversation kind of thing. So keep in mind, don't let that mood killer possibly rob you of a better evening, sex or not, a fun date night or something like that, right?
Right.
But I'm curious to know, how often do you feel that way during the day? And is it when I'm home sometimes?
No, not typically.
It's just when I'm not home.
Yeah.
You want to have sex when I'm not home.
That sounded weird. You know what's funny is that I think it's directly correlated to how hard you work. So it is zappy. This is a new word that our friends from North Carolina recently have been saying. It's like you get the zap. You feel it. You feel the zap.
The old-fashioned feeling?
The old-fashioned zappies. But if I see that you're like we co-own a business, right? If I see that you've been like getting a ton of stuff done and you're like just showing up like
oh, you mean like in Discord or something?
Yeah, like you come out in Discord and you're like, I wrote this and here's the email thread for that and it's the whatever. And I'm like, yeah, now we're cooking with seal oil. Okay. Like that's what I think. That's when I get slightly zappy. There's like a thought of a zap.
The thought of a zap.
Yeah, but I love working too much to be like, oh, I won't do this thing right now and go do that thing. No.
What's a mood killer for you in that then? If we're talking about it for our friends.
Oh, well, no. The point is to get back around to the mood killer is essentially the fact that you're not home and it's not even an option really.
Okay. But here's a news flash. The number one thing that I will ever say on this show If you get the zap and I am not home, tell me, and then I will be highly
Communicate
incentivized
zap?
and encouraged to work my ass off and foreplay and romanticize you to where like you have no choice but to have sex.
I don't want you to romanticize me.
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
I really
there.
actually want so for example, if we could turn that camera, which we could, but we're too lazy to, you would see that we cleaned like the whole garage and you had this like aha moment. I don't know what it was.
It's called dad mode.
Okay. You had dad mode. You've had it twice in our marriage. And you cleaned the entire garage, like literally went through every toolbox, every single thing. I still think you could go through more. We'll get there.
Okay.
But when you got into that dad mode, it was like zappy zapperton.
Okay. So where did that zap go then?
There's just a different conversation. That is not what I'm talking about. So we could have had.
I want to know.
You can't say sentences like "I want to know" because then Whitney Houston just goes "I want to know."
Great. So I can't name a song title ever again.
No, you can't. But no, we can have that conversation. You went to bed is where it went. Again, we're talking about this all the time.
Okay.
You put off vibes. So it's in the movie The Lorax. Sleeping is, what does he say? Sleeping is
nature's way of
telling you to go away.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the movie.
When
okay.
you sleep, it is like, oh, all bets are off. But anyway, that's not the point of this.
Hold on. You better listen up.
Okay.
If and wives or husbands out there, because this goes so far.
Okay. I'm listening.
If you tell me anything you want, do I usually show interest in it and go, okay, let's see if we can get a new car or see if we can get a house, for crying out loud. You understand what I'm saying? So if I know that you show interest in it, not just by actions, but like words, like you communicate that to me, then I will go above and beyond to make sure that oftentimes you get what you want, right? And then to make the experience of it pleasant. So all a person needs sometimes, get out of here, microphone stand, is some encouragement in that. So you better be damned if you get the zap and you don't tell me about it. That is not good for our relationship. Because if you get the zap, what?
I want to say, what if it's just a personal zap? But I was just being silly. I wasn't being
It can be a personal zap, right? But if you get the zap and say, hey, I got the zap, just keep that in mind. I'd be like, here's roses.
We should make a thing called the zap map. And it's like how you get to your zap.
That's
the
pretty
zap
good.
map.
The zap map, right? But I want you to listen to this podcast later in front of all of our friends and tell me when those things happen, right? Because if I get the jazz and say, hey, I really want to take you on a date tonight.
Yes.
Should I just keep that to my freaking self like some idiot that doesn't know how to communicate things?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Say,
no, I guess not.
Should I be driving in my car or walking down the sidewalk in Seattle and say to myself, man, I love my wife. I love going out with her. I would love to take her on a date. It doesn't matter where we go. I just want to be with her. Man, would be so fun. And then come home and tell you zero about it and nothing happens. Would that be responsible of me?
I guess not.
Does it put it in a different context?
Yeah.
Empower yourself to tell me about your zaps.
It's my own personal zap.
I'm not joking.
That's my own personal tale. You're going to tear it off. That's
okay.
what
So let's hit the mood killers right now since we got that out of the way.
Yes.
And established a new precedent in our own sex life.
Look for the zap map coming out in theaters soon. That's not what I meant to say, but that's funny. So this PDF, this resource that you can get, you can get this. Go to anatomyofus.com in the resources tab. This will be up and downloadable for you. And it's called Kill Your Mood Killers. Kill Your Mood Killers.
All right.
So again, this is for people who are like trying to have more intimacy in their marriage, but their schedules are wacky, tobacco, and all of that jazz. And so
could it be people like us?
It could be people like us. So in this thing, I have like a list of questions, and I want to go through each of them.
Okay.
But do you have any additional things you want to say about mood killers first, or anything before I dive into that?
Swing for the fence.
So I don't know what that means. So it says, okay. So the first line is, earlier today, I felt in the mood and energetically connected with my partner because, and then it has lines for you to fill that out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why there are it's almost like a journal prompt. Well, it is. But the reason that is written that way is to get you thinking back about why you had the zaps in the first place. So let's put it in context of cleaning the garage.
Yeah.
So earlier today, I felt in the mood and energetically connected with my partner because he was finally cleaning the garage for the first time in 17 years. And it was amazing. If I could get, no, this is the second one. If I could get
Are you
myself.
supposed to be sarcastic in your response?
It wasn't sarcastic.
The first time in 17 years?
It was real.
Okay.
Sick of you. The second one is if I could get myself back into the headspace, I would feel zappy. I mean, let's just say it in this language.
All right.
So, but it could be like I would feel excited or whatever. Like, what other words can you think of?
Aroused.
Aroused. What are 3 things I can do right now to help me revitalize how I felt earlier? So that might be like a body thing. Like you might need to move. Like sometimes people get out of the mood because they sat and watched, 800 episodes of Manhattan Medium or whatever it is, Long Island Medium.
I don't even know that show exists.
My mom watches it. Or The Bachelor, Brooke. So some people get out of the mood because they like just sit and do something that energetically like drains them or is not life-giving. You know what I mean?
Or a kid comes in, or you're actually super tired, or
Right.
the dog barfs, or
Right.
you remember that the taxes are due, or who knows what.
So what are 3 things I can do right now to help me revitalize how I felt earlier? So it might be take a walk. It might be...
Well, I want to think more of the kind of body sensation thing. Like, okay, sit down, close your eyes, get somewhere quiet, and think about me cleaning the garage or how much enthusiasm I had when I was talking about it, kind of thing.
Yeah, or like even we posted a video a while back of us dancing while we were cleaning the garage.
Right.
Like I could go watch that and be like, oh, that was so fun. And then it helps get like your dopamine, I don't know if that's the right word, dopamine vibes. So when I make this mental and physical shift, I will feel, hopefully the answer is like
Sexy.
in the mood, sexy, turned on, excited, energized, whatever. And this is a lot of like repetition, but on purpose. When I feel this way, I want to blank with my spouse.
F with my spouse?
Could be make love, could be kiss, could be
Anything.
cuddle, could be anything.
Okay.
When I do those
I like the
things
first
with my partner, I know that it helps our marriage because it helps them to feel. So I know that if I can get myself in the mood, and then we can F, as you said, so elegantly, it helps you out. It helps you to feel, I know we've talked about this in the past, like it helps you to feel like it's the most best thing ever you've talked about. It feels relaxing and I can't think of the word. There's like a word on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of what it is. Like holistic? What's the words?
Everything.
It makes Seth feel everything. So I know that
close, connected, cared for, loved, appreciated, seen, heard.
Right. It's like your ultimate love language. It's like if you took all the love languages and rolled them into one, fine A.
Whoa.
In a jumpsuit. So anyway.
Jumpsuit.
Yeah. And it helps me to feel connected. So this is what me showing up and reboosting my mood vibes are, how having sex with you would help me feel. Right. And it really, like, if this is something I want you to sit and think about, if you've never thought about this way, it might feel like a weird question. Like, what do you mean how it makes me feel? But I know for me, because again, I pretty much only initiate, and that's not a diss. That's just the truth of right now.
But going back to what I said earlier, you tell me
I need
you
to pre-initiate too.
No, that's not. That is communicating your feelings.
Zip it, you zapper.
I don't care what you say about this. I am 100% right. If you communicate those, I will be like, okay, now we're moving somewhere.
Right.
And then you don't have to worry about initiating because I will be doing foreplay. I will be making you feel special.
Right.
I will be making you appreciated, right? I'll be putting the moves on.
Okay. But that was all to the question that doing this with you will help me to feel. And what I was going to say is that there is a lot of power is not the right word. Positive.
Oh, there's power in that thing.
Positive energy. I get a lot of like positive, powerful vibes.
Personal satisfaction. But even more than that, like spiritual satisfaction. How so?
Initiating sex, because I know that it's like this, I almost said glue. That sounds wrong. It's the, like it is such a biopsychosocial spiritual tether in our marriage that if I take care of that well, it helps the whole thing to run smoothly. It's the lubricant for our entire marriage. She lordy.
Oh boy. Okay, so it would be like this. Like, this sounds, I don't know. I don't care about the language we're using, but
Out of your eyeballs. No one wants to see your mic stand.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you very much.
There we go.
It is like the satisfaction that I get when I bring home a lot of money.
Okay. I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Like, I am doing
When
my
you
job
have
to
sex?
provide. No. Like the personal satisfaction and like kind
I
of
see
like
what you're
feeling
saying.
that you get from
Initiating
or whatever, right? And you're enjoying it too because you don't have bad sex,
That's
right?
right, I don't.
So that is like me going and doing something awesome that I really feel confident and solid in, and like, oh, I have the power to do this. And I'm not saying you have the power if we have sex or not. I'm not saying that because we don't have that kind of relationship.
Right.
It's like I can go do a job well done that is super valuable and adds value to our family, to our house, to the vibe, everything. And that's my translation of what you're saying.
Right.
My interpretation of what you're saying.
When I initiate sex. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I like that in that interpretation. So then after and it helps me to feel, then it says, when my partner feels this way, I feel like, again, that's kind of answering the same question we just said.
Right.
So like when you feel fulfilled and like taken care of sounds like the wrong language, but in a way it is like I am taking care of you. But that sounds like there's a bad
with the
connotation to that.
Historical like Christian purity culture context is like, oh, a woman has to take care of their man or else they'll go look at porn or cheat or whatever. That's a stupid perspective.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
You're not doing it for that reason.
No.
That's a very deficit fear-based thing. It's like, oh, I better do this or else pay the consequence kind of thing, right? But part of your, I can't think of any other language. Part of your payoff, I guess, is like, okay, how about this? It is because we talk about like selfless acts or selfish acts. So
shellfish.
yes, crustaceans.
Hello, baby.
Oh boy. What am I saying?
Sorry.
So
You said
if I go out and bring home a bunch of money, like a big check or something so soon I'm going up to Alaska, right, and getting paid a ass load to do consulting,
An
right?
Alaskan ass load.
Yes. And
Just keep talking.
oh geez.
Forgive
I
us.
feel proud for that, and I know that you like it too. You're like, hey, this is awesome. And so there is a selfish act in that. I'm like, hey, I can go do this, and it feels really good to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can do that, and it feels good to you, well, physically, right? And then also mentally, emotionally, spiritually too, I guess. This seems like it's like, this is like, are we talking about like upper level stuff or what? Or just
A
like
little
the
bit,
real
but that's
kind of thing
okay.
of how we feel? Because I feel like it can be taken really off topic. And there was this one review that I don't know why I attracted that in my life. Right now, I attract people who listen to this stuff and are going to actually improve their sex lives and be open and thankful and really appreciative of their spouse and their hard work. That's who I attract. But this idiot.
No, not an idiot.
No, it opened of like, this is the first and last time I listened to the podcast.
Let me tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened. That person is probably like a medical professional trying to improve their marriage and was deeply, I know people like this who would be like, I cannot believe you did not use anatomically correct words. You called a penis a wiener. And then we just wanted to like go all in and say hilarious names for genitalia. That would have been, I'm still like debating it, but don't worry about that.
Okay. What I'm saying is, this can help you if you're open to it.
You didn't even know what you were saying. So so in here it says, when my partner feels this way, I feel this way. And this is the best analogy I can think of. The tide rises all ships. When I can help Seth.
Your tide rises my ship.
Okay. Okay. When
you didn't use wiener and vagina.
wiener's not one.
Damn it.
Penis. Glands.
Yes, glands.
Where's the
Mons pubis.
Gross. That's the worst word. I think, actually, no, there's lots of gross words in anatomy. But anyway, mons pubis has got to be way up there. Anyway, so when I can help you to feel like seen and loved and heard through the act of sexual intercourse,
yes,
then I feel amazing, right? It's a serendipitous exchange when it's done correctly, when it's not done out of an energy of like you were just saying, are we to upper level thinking like, lay it on me. You're going to make me feel better. Bring it energetically. Like that's not it. That's not what we mean.
I get you.
So, what?
I get it. I get you. I get it. I get you.
I get you. So I get you. You're going real Southern in this
like
one.
Jerry.
Right. So then the next step, second to last step in here is write a nasty letter to your mood killer and just let it die. That's how you have to read it though.
Yeah.
You need to let that mood killer die. You say it.
Doy. So give me an example.
So if I were to write a letter to my mood killer, let's just say that it was like I sat down on the couch and was like thumbing through TikTok. And all of a sudden now I have like no energy for my spouse. I'd be like, hey, TikTok, eat a bag of D's. I'd be like, no thanks. This is actually not something I'm more interested in than having sex with my spouse and being connected and all the things that I have in my future, like plans and like all of that stuff. So no, thank you. You may see your way out, TikTok.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
You may excuse yourself to F yourself.
That's right. I say that to my mom sometimes. It's so funny.
All right. Then lastly.
The last one is now write out what you are going to do to get back in the mood. So again, that goes back to like, maybe I need to take a jog. Maybe I need to watch fun videos of us hanging out. Like
get in your body, take a bath or something.
Right.
Go, I don't know.
If you've ever made videos of you and your spouse, hugging, watch those videos.
Hugging,
deep hugging. What just happened?
I don't know.
You need to excuse yourself to F yourself. But anyway, so that is, I think, that's my take on how to kill your mood killers, because we innocently fall victim to this stuff all the time. We're inundated with like a bajillion, trillion, zillion distractions, whether that's from health or kids or, in-laws or school or work or dogs or trauma or whatever. And so I wanted to have a plan for that.
You're not 18 anymore. She's not instantly wet, and you don't get a boner when the wind blows. So things change. You have to be intentional about this stuff. And if you live in the past...
That should be a book, The Windblown Boner.
Yeah, every, whatever. So don't compare it to the past. You're going to have mood killers. Even guys are going to have mood killers.
Right.
Like, I can't really... Well, you know what? I think this is maybe like a slower, even dangerous, more mood killer. Like just doing too much. It's like, I got to get up early. I'm looking at my thing. I know how many hours of sleep I need to get at least a decent night's sleep. She's down there. I got to go to bed because I'm just ass tired kind of thing. But I'll tell you, ladies, take it from me and other guys that if there is an inkling, if there is a chance, so you're saying there's a chance, if there is a even tiny chance that we can have sex tonight, I promise you, if I have to wake up at 4 and we go to bed at 3:55, I will still have sex with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not a joke. And I think most guys feel that way. And it's not just like, I'll take anything I can get. It's like, listen, for most guys, it is that important. You know what I'm saying? And again, this isn't some like super dumb purity culture like, oh, guys just have to have sex to be happy. No, it actually is that important. Just like for me, okay, I'll speak for me and probably every dude I've ever talked to. Well, not every dude, but most guys. It is important.
Right.
As whatever. If I get a chance to go to Jack's Steakhouse and all they have is a 9 p.m. reservation and we're going to be out until like midnight and I still have to wake up early, like on Saturday at 6 a.m., I will go to Jack's because it will be worth it.
Right. I think where it gets challenging is that sometimes when we have sex and I wake you up because I'm initiating it, you say you're tired the next day. So then I'm
care.
Like, well, maybe it would be helpful to not say that because there are literally...
Don't say that.
I don't know who you are.
I
You
think
do
we've
that
been watching
all
too
the
much
time.
Just Dustin, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. Do you look at the camera?
I love them, but it does have an impact because when you actually almost always do that every time we have been together. You will say the next morning, and you say it kind of to be funny, but like, how did you sleep? And you're like, I'm looking forward to sleeping better tomorrow. Like you're saying I'm
Right.
tired without saying I'm tired. But I immediately
Really?
like,
That matters to you?
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
I think I'm realizing that more little stuff matters to you, and that you're a real human.
Great. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's nice. I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy.
No, you're not.
Human. Okay. So
Yes.
this is good. I think it's helpful. If you want to get the Kill Your Mood Killers PDF download, you can go to anatomyofus.com and click on the resource tab. You will find it there. I really do hope this helps because I know that lots of people are trying to prioritize intimacy, but in such a freaking busy, like we're never off. TikTok never shuts off. Instagram never shuts off. YouTube
Your kids
never
have stuff
shuts
to
off.
do. You have work. You have all kinds of stuff. And we're not finished with the show yet. So I want you to dive in with me for a minute about coaching and the power of coaching. We, Melanie and I, literally help to change marriages. We help to change individual lives, thus helping the marriage life, which in turn helps the family life. And if you actually want to change, I'm inviting you. I am putting it out there. Do we need your money or we're going to die? Hell no. If you want to change your life and join with us because we love to do this, then go to anatomyofus.com, click on coaching, and make an appointment with us, right?
Yeah.
Have a powerful coaching call with us. You don't, no obligations, right? Don't waste our time, and we don't waste your time. But if you are ready to drop some money, drop a whole hell of a lot of time, and emotional and spiritual and mental investment, then go to anatomyofus.com and click on the coaching button. Because I'm just thinking about this. We actually change lives. We've done coaching a bunch and been in masterminds, and they have changed our lives for worse or better.
Better.
Right. Why did it change?
Because
we were open
working,
to it and we wanted to. We said, hey, I don't want to live like this anymore.
And we had to
live
sacrifice.
like this.
I think it's important to say, like, as weird as it sounds like we're trying to talk to you out of coaching, but like we had to make, like you said this the other day, the cost of your new life is your old one.
Right.
The cost of your new marriage to your spouse, your same spouse, is your old one. Like, get rid of the BS stuff that you were doing in the past, which was, I don't know, not going to coaching, not using PDF resources and all that stuff. Like, in order to make the change that you want to make, you have to do something like coaching or therapy or whatever. And we're not trying to push you to work with us. Whatever, like do whatever. You can get therapy, you can go to a different coach. I don't care. But if we can all work on improving our relationships, it does make everything else better. Our families get better. Our communities become more stable. There's research on all of this stuff as well. So it's not just us like faffing around and saying that.
No, it's not. The cost of your new life is your old one. If you want a new body, the cost of your new ass is your old fat ass because you're going to lose it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
The cost of your new six-pack ab stomach is the cost of your fat beer belly.
Your Doritos stomach.
That's the payment. The payment is in the gym, in the diet.
Right.
So if you're
And
serious about marriage and serious about changing your own life, then make that call. And we're here.
Right. And I do want to say too, like I will say at the very beginning, I told you that this PDF I created for clients. I created for a particular couple. So this is the stuff you get when you work with us. You get an actual action plan every single week after we do our call. And they're amazing. They're game changing. I mean, we show up and show out, don't we?
We do.
We show up and we show out. So if you want to transform your marriage, give us a call. Go to coach. Nope. Go to hello at a now. Nope.
Can I try it?
Yeah.
Go to anatomyofus.com. Click on the coaching button. We love you guys. Thank you. If you like this is about sex, go to patreon.com/anatomy marriage to get more of this show. See you later. Peace out. Kick ass.